Hola. Hi. Um, I just wanted to make a personal video, personal reasons to break boundaries and get out of my comfort zone, and almost like my own personal therapy session. But I also want to put it out there to really challenge myself, and not be so afraid and controlled all the time. I want to talk a little bit about my situation, my current situation, my past situation that led me up to this, and also a little bit about my thoughts about social media that has affected me quite a bit, actually, more than I realized, and probably affects a lot of people in different ways, not just look wise, but also but people portraying themselves as more successful than they are, which puts a lot of pressure on other people thinking they're a failure and that everyone else is doing great. And why aren't you have thoughts like why aren't you doing that, blah blah blah. But I'll get more into that, and I'm going to try to keep this quite short, and I might upload more videos just on my thoughts on different things, because when I start speaking, I get carried away, so I end up not knowing what I'm talking about. So, the reason I'm making this is because I've found myself in a very difficult situation for at least last year and a half. Um, and basically, I've always had anxiety, but not to this level. The last year, it's been really, really bad to the point where some some days I had to force myself out of bed, um, and I would just wake up with anxiety, go to bed with anxiety, and not know how to stop it. And I wasn't enjoying anything. I was just let's just my thoughts were just let let me get this over with. Even if it was fun, I just had so many feelings that I couldn't focus on the good times. And it got to a point where it got so bad that I got a bit scared, and I just thought, I can't live like this anymore. I need to do something. And I'm very in the beginning stages of working on myself and being truly honest, but it's a start. We've got to start somewhere, as they say. So my profession is a performer, a dancer, which I went to uni for, college, been dancing for like 11, 12 years now. And that's what I wanted to do, and that's where I saw myself. So I did what I needed to do, and I graduated in 2015. And of course, it was up until that, I've had hard times as well, like everyone else. But I was able to kind of just push through it, suck it up, just close off a little bit emotionally. When I graduated and things didn't turn out the way I saw it to turn out, or in my mind that was successful, my world kind of unraveled a little bit, and I just felt very scattered. I was just, I had thoughts about, do I really want to do this? Uh, did I do the right thing? Does this make me happy? But I suppressed those thoughts and those feelings because that's what I wanted to do. And feelings of guilt of not wanting to disappoint my family, disappoint myself, let anyone else see that I wasn't doing as well as predicted, at least I predicted. And also coming from a very small place in Norway where I had a bit of a hard time growing up because diversity is not celebrated there, or at least was. I've always wanted to prove to people that I'll be successful. Like despite what happened, I'll make it and I'll be better. Um, and been a that's kind of been my fuel for a long time. Um, and then things didn't go the way I planned after graduation. You know, it's a really hard industry to be in, and it can knock you down and your self confidence a lot. And it was starting to get to me, and I was just feeling not pretty enough, not good enough, and not even as a dancer, but just as a person, that I was just not interesting and whatever. Um, so my self-esteem just went down the drain. Um, but I would still keep going. I would still do it because that was the thing I was supposed to do, and that, I have to do. Nothing else was an option. And then I'm here at this point with a lot of mixed feelings and trying to just accept my situation right now and try to work on myself, uh, which is very hard. It's like an everyday thing, um, to accept that it's okay right now. It's not going to be like this forever, and just live day by day, to be honest, and not always chase, not always, be on work mode because I need to achieve this, I need to do this. It'll come when it comes, and I just gotta, you know, believe, choose to believe, and I think it is very much a choice. It doesn't come natural. It's a choice, and you gotta keep telling yourself over and over and over, because those thoughts of anxiety, negative thoughts, they will come no matter what, and they do all the time. And also, I think social media, like I said in the beginning, has affected me a lot more than I have realized because not only what's been brought up about, all these filters, and I know I look like a hypocrite right now because the lighting is really good and my MacBook is so old that the quality of the camera is so bad. So I look better. It doesn't look like this normally. Trust me. Um, but not only how you look because of all these filters, these angles, lighting like now. It's also about how people portray themselves and how putting it out there for people to believe that they're doing well gives them affirmation for themselves, which is kind of a false affirmation because it's like as long as people think that I'm happy, that I'm doing well, it's fine. And I'm not saying it's like that in every case, but I do see a lot of, for example, people waking up. You have a post from like 6 a.m. and it's a photo of the sunrise with the caption "Beautiful morning," And that's fine, it's a nice morning, it's your life. But then people got a hashtag work, 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 hashtag hustling, hashtag always working, hashtag progress, whatever. And it's fine, we all work hard, but you don't need to put it out there for people to tell you that you're doing good. You need to find that within yourself. And I'm not there at all. I'm not saying that I've found the answer. I'm just very self-aware of it. That's the thing. And sometimes I go, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just take a photo when I'm going to my part-time job just to pay rent and go like I'm going to a photo shoot being a model or whatever, you know, because that's what it comes across like. Or you work out one day that week and you post 5 photos of it or a video. You go grinding, working out, keeping fit, la la la. It's your life. Just live it for yourself. And of course, you want to share moments and stuff, and that's fine. But I do feel my thoughts has been, oh, wow, they're all doing so well. Like I'm not. Like it makes you feel like a failure sometimes. It really does. And I think the world has a lack of just people being honest. And people being honest, not for affirmation, again, for people to say you're so brave, like you're such a good role model, you're such a whatever. Just to be honest, just to, let these walls down and just be honest and nice at the same time, of course. There's a very fine line between being honest and being rude, and a lot of people don't understand that. So I think, and also, yeah, um, getting to this point where I've realized that I actually need to work on myself and I need to take care of myself, starting from scratch. Um, before I did try all these self help methods. I would do meditation. I would do yoga, which I'll still do a little bit of, but it was just too much. And watching these self help people on YouTube, like on social media, um, it just made me realize that self help is like a trend now. Like healthy food and vegan food. And don't get like vegan food and healthy food is amazing, but it's a different trend than self-help because it has become a trend and people don't post things about their lives to enlighten anymore. Some people do, you know. Whatever I whatever I say, there's always different sides to things. But people also post about their lives and how they're helping themselves and how they're changing their lives to get affirmation of how brave they are and how good they're doing, and it's so good that they finally can accept themselves. And I think you just got to be really self-aware of where you're crossing that line between actually putting yourself out there for yourself and maybe to help other people and and enlighten people in a way, um, as opposed to it becoming you doing it because you want likes, you want people to support you or you know um, compliment you for how strong and brave you are, because that's not what it should be about. And that's what it became about to me, even though I haven't put anything out there. But, you know, seeing other people sharing their stories would just make me feel even worse because they would only post the positives and the negatives even became the positives because you know, oh, you're so good, you're so strong, you know, and then you think I can't even help myself and you feel like more of a failure. So, well, I think I'm done. I think this was some of my thoughts and a little bit of my about my story and how I feel and have felt. And you know, I could go on and on and on, and I feel like I've just been talking a lot, which is fine because it's just for myself. So I'm gonna leave it there, and I'll probably post or upload some more videos later, just about thoughts, and you know, I've just dipped my toe into what I'm feeling in my life and my story, my X Factor sob story. So yeah, yeah, well, perfect. Bye bye.